Hey everyone, I am Alex Orr of Acquire Alpha, and today is the first entry in the video vlog series aside from any standard blog posts I or Drew or any of my other friends have been doing. But this is the first in the series, and what it is it's kind of a book review and also kind of a what the book brought up in my mind and any storytelling that goes with that. So today's book is Grant Cardone's Be Obsessed or Be Average. It's currently late November 2016 and this book came out just in October. I think I'd pre-ordered it. Grant has also written the 10x Rule, which I have read, and to a degree I'm a fan of his stuff. He is quite the real estate mogul, which I highly respect because that's what I'm going for in life. I do real estate, I do apartment investing and multifamily, single family, residential investing, and Grant owns like 4,000 apartment buildings, so that's highly impressive. But Grant also advocates basically work, 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 and I borderline say never take a break. His vacations are not necessarily what I would define as relaxing, but his whole thing is basically if somebody says you can't, don't listen to them, which I strongly agree with, but it's also basically if it doesn't work out, just work harder, which I don't entirely agree with, having gone through a fair amount of rejection in my life as well and experienced depression and second guessing and a bunch of the other issues he said that he's gone through in his life. I've experienced the same, and he was able to push through it with work alone, where I feel like you definitely need balance in your life, and if something's not working you need to take a step back and evaluate it. There is a certain degree where, yeah, you have to keep pushing and keep pushing, because if you take the first no, that is obviously not a good sample size for how you should continue in life, or just because you get a rejection or even a handful of rejections or 20 or 30 rejections doesn't mean that your idea is bad. But you should also take a step back and you should pace yourself, which I largely feel like Grant doesn't do, and it works for him. I don't think it was so much work for me. But in all, in this short review, the book is worth reading. Like anything, you can take bits and pieces away from it that apply to your life, and I'm sure there's some of you out there where you might just chime 100% with Grant Cardone and his lifestyle and his mentality. Doesn't quite fit mine, but his whole premise of work and push yourself and expand your goals and multiply your, say you have a financial goal, if you want to be worth so much by a certain date, multiply it by 10x, so that if it's $1 million, you have to be worth $10 million by that day. What that is going to do is it's going to reframe your mentality. It's going to make you try a lot harder because it's a much bigger number than you would otherwise if it was just $1 million. I totally buy into that. Totally see the validity in that. But at the same time, pace yourself. There has to be a work-life balance. Life is not, in my opinion, about how much money you accumulate, how many things, possessions, investments, toys you accumulate. That's not me. It is about quality time here on Earth, because time is the most valuable asset in the world. It can't be bought or sold. And Warren Buffett and I and you, we all have the same number of hours in the day. That said, check it out and stay tuned, because we will post about 3 of these videos a week, since I can read about 3 books a week, and we'll make this a nice little book club. Thanks. See ya.